Why don't penguins freeze? Fun facts about his life on ice. Penguins are, without a doubt, some of the most fascinating animals in the world. Adapted to survive in one of the most extreme environments on the planet, they defy temperatures that can reach -60 degrees Celsius and freezing winds that would go unnoticed by only the most resilient creatures. But how do they manage to face such adverse conditions without freezing? Let's explore the incredible set of adaptations that make this possible. Waterproof and super dense feathers. One of the main reasons penguins don't freeze is the incredible design of their feathers. Unlike many birds, penguins have extremely dense, overlapping feathers, creating a layer that keeps out wind and cold water. Furthermore, these feathers have a special oily coating, which penguins spread when grooming themselves. This oil creates a waterproof barrier that keeps your skin dry, essential for retaining heat in such a cold environment. To give you an idea, a penguin can have more than 70 feathers per square centimeter. This is much more than most birds, making their plumage one of the most efficient in nature. Subcutaneous fat layer. Another essential factor for the survival of penguins on ice is the layer of fat under their skin. This fat works as thermal insulation, protecting internal organs from extreme cold. It's as if they wear an undercoat constantly, allowing them to maintain their body temperature even in freezing conditions. During the winter months, penguins feed intensively to accumulate fat, ensuring they have enough energy to withstand periods of fasting in extreme temperatures. This energy reserve is crucial for their survival, especially during reproduction and caring for their young. Social behavior. The power of the group. One of the most iconic images of penguins is the formation of large groups during the winter. This strategy is not just for coexistence, it's a question of survival. When temperatures drop, penguins gather in dense colonies, creating a heat block that protects everyone from the cold. Furthermore, they adopt an organized rotation. The penguins that are on the edge, directly facing the wind and ice, eventually move to the center of the group, while those that were warmer take the outer position. This collective behavior is an incredible example of how unity can be vital in facing adversity. Paws and blood circulation. Penguins' feet are also an impressive example of adaptation. Despite being constantly in contact with ice, they do not freeze. This occurs thanks to a blood circulation system called heat exchange. The warm blood that descends from the body warms the cold blood that returns from the paws, maintaining a balanced temperature. Furthermore, penguins are able to reduce the amount of heat they lose through their paws by controlling the blood flow in this region. This adaptation allows your feet to stay cooler than the rest of your body without compromising your mobility. The ice superheroes. Penguins are true survivors, equipped with an arsenal of physical and behavioral adaptations that make them masters of life on the ice. From their waterproof feathers to their group social behavior, every detail of their existence is geared toward overcoming the challenges of the icy environment. This unique ability to face extreme cold without freezing is not only a curiosity, but also an inspiration on how nature develops incredible solutions for survival. So the next time you look at a penguin, remember that you are looking at one of the greatest examples of resilience and adaptation in wildlife. The secret of penguins' feather and fat layer. One of the biggest curiosities about penguins is how they manage to survive in an environment as inhospitable as the Antarctic ice. With temperatures that can plummet to -60 degrees Celsius and bitter winds that could freeze virtually any living thing, these incredible birds have developed a highly efficient protection system. The combination of their dense feathers and a layer of subcutaneous fat is one of the biggest secrets to their survival. The science behind penguin feathers. Penguin feathers are not like those of common birds. They have an extremely high density, with around 70 feathers per square centimeter. This density creates a physical barrier against wind and cold, preventing cold air from reaching the skin. Furthermore, these feathers are overlapping, functioning as true natural armor against extreme weather. But the secret doesn't stop there. Penguins' feathers are covered with an oily substance that they produce and distribute when grooming themselves. This oil makes the feathers impermeable to water, preventing moisture from penetrating their plumage. This is crucial, especially because a penguin that got wet in such a cold environment could quickly freeze. The subcutaneous fat layer. Underneath this layer of feathers, penguins have another line of defense, a thick layer of subcutaneous fat. This fat acts as a thermal insulator, retaining the heat generated by the body and preventing it from escaping into the cold environment. In addition to being an excellent insulator, subcutaneous fat is an important source of energy. During periods of fasting, such as the breeding season, penguins use this fat as fuel to maintain their vital functions. This is especially important for species like the emperor penguin, which can spend weeks caring for its eggs without feeding. How do these traits work together? The interaction between the feathers and the fat layer is what makes this system so efficient. While feathers create an external barrier against cold and water, fat works internally to conserve body heat. This integrated system allows penguins to maintain a stable body temperature even in the most extreme environments. Additionally, penguins have the ability to adjust the amount of heat they release. During intense activity, such as swimming, they may open their feathers slightly to release excess heat. Once at rest, the feathers are completely closed, maximizing insulation. Comparison with other ice animals. Although other ice animals, such as seals and whales, also rely on blubber for thermal insulation, penguins stand out for their unique combination of dense, oily feathers and this layer of blubber. This characteristic makes them especially adapted to face not only the intense cold of the air, but also the icy water in which they spend much of their time. A nature-inspiring solution. The secret of penguin feathers and fat is not just a fascinating curiosity, it is also an example of how nature can create incredibly efficient solutions to face extreme conditions. The study of these adaptations has inspired scientists to develop thermal insulation technologies for clothing, shelters and even vehicles designed for extreme climates. By understanding how penguins utilize these adaptations, we can not only admire their resilience, but also learn valuable lessons about how to face seemingly impossible challenges. After all, these ice masters are a reminder that life always finds a way to thrive, even in the harshest conditions. Surprising facts about penguins. Penguins are fascinating creatures that never fail to surprise. In addition to their incredible adaptations to survive on ice, there are a series of curiosities about their lives that show how unique and complex these animals are. Let's explore some surprising facts about penguins that you may not already know. 1. They have a keen sense of smell. Although many birds do not rely on their sense of smell, penguins have a highly developed sense of smell. This helps them locate colonies, mates, and even their nest among thousands of others. Just imagine the challenge of finding your home in the middle of a vast cluster of ice and snow. 2. They are true water athletes. Penguins may seem clumsy walking on land, but in the water they are true champions. Some species, such as the Gentoo penguin, can reach speeds of up to 36 kilometers per hour while swimming. They can also dive to great depths, with the emperor penguin reaching over 500 meters, staying submerged for around 20 minutes. 3. They communicate with a unique dialect. Each penguin colony has a unique system of vocalizations, almost like a dialect. This allows them to recognize their mates and offspring in a crowd. It's as if each penguin has its own sound signature. 4. Males care for the eggs. In some species, such as the emperor penguin, it is the males who take on the responsibility of caring for the eggs while the females go out to look for food. During this period, which can last weeks, males fast and rely on their fat reserves to survive, while protecting their eggs from the extreme cold. 5. Not everyone lives on ice. Although we associate penguins with the Antarctic ice, not all species live in icy regions. Some, like the Galapagos penguin, inhabit tropical islands near the equator. This shows the incredible ability of these animals to adapt to different climates and environments. 6. They can be very romantic. Penguins are known for their fascinating mating rituals. In some species, the male presents the female with a stone to win her heart. If the female accepts, they form a pair that can last a lifetime, demonstrating one of the most lasting bonds in the animal kingdom. These curiosities reinforce how extraordinary penguins are. From their athletic abilities to their unique social behavior, these animals show us how nature is full of surprises. Knowing more about penguins allows us to further admire their ability to adapt and inspires us to protect these incredible creatures and their habitats. After all, every detail about them is a testament to the beauty and complexity of the natural world.